Hey, what's up everybody? It's Matt from howtomotorcyclerepair.com. In today's video, we're going to be doing an oil change on this 2002 Honda Shadow. It's a VT750. Should be very similar for all of them from 97 to 2007. And it should also apply to the 1100s. Now, before we get started, you're going to want to take this thing for a ride for 10 minutes or so, get it nice and warm. Not smoking hot, just warm it up a little bit to the point where you don't burn yourself on anything underneath in the oil and whatnot. Second of all, below this video, in the video description, there'll be a blog post link that'll redirect you to my site that will give you all the part numbers for all the products used, as well as the links, the tools, and also a free service manual. So if you're looking for the service manual for this model, just go to my site. You can download it for free, and it'll help you along the way for any torque specs or oil grades that you need, and whatever. You should always have a service manual for your bikes. So let's head over to the workbench and show you what we're gonna use on this project. Alright, so I buy stuff from Amazon whenever possible because a lot of times it's reasonably priced and it's here in 2 days for free. I'm a Prime member. So I'm running a Wix filter. So I'll have the link and part number below. And I usually just search for 1040 motorcycle oil, and I just see whatever there's a good price for. So I bought a 6-pack of these for 30 or 40 bucks or whatever. I'm going to use 3 on this project and 3 on the other, so it kind of works out pretty good. Next up, a socket and a ratchet, 17 mil. Box wrench, 17 mil. I'm not sure which of these I'm going to use. I like to use oil filter pliers. This is what I use 95% of the time to get the oil filter off. Or also these cups work. They're pretty nice, but this one's actually too big for what I'm using. But in any case, I thought I'd just mention that those are nice to have as well. And of course, a drain pan. So it's pretty hard to get a good shot in here, but basically the oil filter is right here. Now it doesn't matter if you drain the oil or the filter first. I just like to do the filter first. So I like to take a rag and just wipe the whole oil filter surface and just check for dirt. And make sure the gasket comes off on the old filter. You don't want to double gasket anything. And as for the new filter, I went ahead and poured in a little bit of oil in here, all the way up to the top here, and then I just put a little oil, fresh oil, on the new gasket. Putting oil in the oil filter just kind of gets oil to the motor sooner. I always like to pre-lube my filters. Now there's a torque spec for oil filters in the service manual. I just crank it down about 1 turn past seated and just do it nice and snug with your hand. I've never had an issue doing it that way. Right, there's pretty much no room to work under here. So go ahead and loosen the 17 mil. Alright, and there's a sealing washer, and sometimes it sticks to the engine case, like in this case. So I'm not going to disturb it. It's sitting in there. And sometimes you need to replace it, and sometimes you can get away with reusing it. I can reuse it in a couple oil changes and it'll be fine, but you definitely want to eventually plan on replacing that sealing washer. While we're waiting for the oil to drain, I also have a carb clean video for this bike. So if you're ever interested in learning how to clean carbs, then definitely check out that video. Alright, so we're done draining. It's been a few minutes. Go ahead and put your drain plug back in. Just slide up your drain plug. Don't go crazy tight. Alright, we're on the right side of the bike. The dipstick is right here. We'll just go ahead and put that aside. I have my long funnel here. And I'm going to dump in 2.5 quarts. It's actually a little under, it's like 2.25. Okay, now on this model and on most Hondas, you don't screw the dipstick in when you're checking it. All you do is you just dip it in, square it up in the bore, and take it out. And it looks like we're full right now. Once we start it up, it'll probably decrease a little bit due to the oil that's going to get sucked in by the oil filter. That's all we need to circulate everything. I noticed on the dash the oil pressure light was on for a couple seconds and then it turned off. And now you're supposed to wait a few minutes to let the oil drain. Alright, so after the oil has drained a little bit, just wait a couple minutes. You can see that the oil line is right at the top mark. So if you're down anywhere in this area, you want to keep adding oil until you get to this line. So it took about 2.5 quarts, just like the manual states. It's full and clean, and we're ready to go. After you ride it for a little bit or let it idle, just double check for leaks. You just want to check by the oil filter, make sure it's not leaking. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, make sure you check out the carb clean video for this bike. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. Just click on the HTMR icon in the upper right, lower left corner, wherever that is. And just comment below or comment on my site. I'd appreciate it. Alright, see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.